Hi everyone, Tasha here, and today we're going to create this fun Hippie Gnome card using items from the Hedgehog Hollows April subscription box. This cute gnome is part of this collection and I think he is just so fun. I love this tie-dye background and all the little accessories that's included in this month's kit. I'll be using the Stay Trippy Little Hippie greeting card. It's from the Groovy Baby Versatile Card Inserts. It has a whole bunch of different sentiments in here, and you can also use it with your foil or laminator to foil on since it is toner for those greetings, but I'm going to be just using it black and white. I'll also be using the tie-dye stencil. This stencil is so fun. It quickly became one of my favorite stencils to use this month. I used it on quite a few projects. And then I'll be using the large included stamp set, and this is called Groovy Gnome. It's so fun. It has so many different accessories you can use. And then for the colors, I'm going to be using Tiptree Jam, Welsh Dragon, Eclipse Black, and white cardstock. To start the project, I'm going to start the background stenciling, and I'm just using my little stencil work area with these magnets and some Tiptree Jam ink. This ink color is so pretty. It coordinates with the color cardstock I'm going to be using, but I just love how this deep pink comes up on the white paper. And I'm going in with kind of a swirl design how I'm ink blending it. I used the Tiptree Jam first, and then I'm going in with my favorite blue raspberry ink. I use this ink on so many projects. It's just the prettiest shade of blue. And then I also like that the purple that it creates mixed with that Tiptree Jam. It's a really pretty shade of a light purple. So I'm just going around in that same circular motion, just moving my magnets as I went along. And again, it already has a tie-dye print, but I really like how it looks when I go around in a different pattern. It kind of adds a more unique look to this stencil. And then for the edges, I added in some Eclipse Black ink. This ink is nice and dark, and I love how that dark ink frames those bright colors. It kind of reminds me of a tie-dye t-shirt. I usually would pick the ones that had like the black with the colors, and then the white pops through. It's so pretty. And each time you do it, it comes out different. So it's really fun to use that stencil. Next, I'm going in to do my stamping. I'm going to stamp the gnome with the Eclipse Black ink, the same ink I used on that stencil background. And then I'm going to use the Maker Forte Smusher tool just to make sure I have even pressure on my image. And I did stamp it 2 times, and then I'm going to stamp the little peace symbol and the cool lava lamp. I love this lava lamp. I had a lava lamp when I was in, I don't know, junior high, early high school days, and I just think they're so fun, and you can color it up again any color you want to, so you can really just use these extra stamps, these accessory stamps, to kind of coordinate with whatever project that you're creating. I did stamp it 2 times just to make sure I got that base of that lava lamp nice and dark. And then it is time to do some coloring. Since I did have a lava lamp growing up, as I mentioned, I decided to paint it the same color as the one I had. The one I had was pink with like orange, and it was really pretty looking. And I just think lava lamps are so neat. So I kind of was inspired by that when I was doing my coloring. So I went in first with orange, then I added some, it's kind of like an orange or a deep yellow color, just to give that glowing look. And then I kind of outlined the edges and then those little lava portions, or that light up portion area, with the pink. After I was done with the lava lamp, I went in and started coloring the peace symbol. I wanted the peace symbol to be kind of like a tie-dye look as well. So I went in with just some different shades and blended them all together to give this cool hippie look. I think it's so fun to mix these colors. And then I thought, since I added that black to that background, I would go in and color in those open areas of the peace symbol with a black marker. I think this coordinates with that lava lamp. It also has the black from the background, and I think the black area really makes those colors stand out. And I I love how it looks with those bright colors and then the solid black in the background. After I was done coloring up those accessory items, I went in and started coloring up this fun little gnome. He is just so cute. I love that he has these little flowers. I like his outfit. I just think he is just awesome. And again, you can color this so many different ways. So every time that you make one of these cards, it can look different. I mean, you can make him a holiday gnome, or you can make him just basically any kind of color combination you want. So I just went in with just some spring shades of color. So we got a really pretty aqua blue or a teal blue. We have some pretty green, and then we have bright flowers. And I think he's just so sweet. Once I was all done with my coloring, I did cut these images out. There's no included die set, so you can either fussy cut or use like a scan and cut or one of your cutter machines. So I just cut out my images, and then I started cutting the paper layers. I wanted this tie-dye background to have kind of a frame, so I decided to go with that Eclipse black cardstock to frame the design, and I really like that it gives it a nice frame next to the color cardstock. So then I went in with Tiptree Jam. Again, this is one of my favorite colors, and it coordinates with the ink. And then I decided to start trimming down my little greeting. Like I said when we started, you can use a foil laminator or your other foiling tools to foil this sentiment since it is toner, but I'm using it with the white and black, and I just love how it looks. But I am going to use the Eclipse black cardstock to frame it the same way I did with the background. I kind of like having everything to be matted so it has a more finished look, but again, it's all up to you how you want to use these little greetings. You could also make larger cards and then stamp around the card, so you could keep the sentiment card the original size and then just stamp directly on it as well, because it is a cardstock. So it's really up to you. There's so many ways to use the items in this kit and all of the monthly kits that you can make so many different projects and not even repeat a design. So now I'm just making a simple card base. I'm just going to fold a piece of white cardstock in half. I used my Maker Forte bone folder to just crease it, and then I just cut it down to size with my paper trimmer. I do like this square card shape. I've been doing more square cards lately, and I just love them. It's a perfect size, I think, for basically any type of card, but I really just, I don't know, I just been kind of gravitating towards these square designs, and with the size of the gnome, he fits right on this card perfectly. And I think I was wanting to have as much of the tie-dye background showing as possible, so that's why I went with a square. But again, you can use this tie-dye stencil on any size card. You'll just have to adjust it based on the size that you want to use. So once I was done, I just finished my layers and started to attach everything to that white card base. I got it as close to being centered as possible, and then I just added my layer of this pretty shade of blue cardstock to the bottom, and this is going to just be the bottom where you can put your sentiment to just add another color and kind of separate it from the tie-dye background. Once I was done, I just attached that greeting right to the bottom, and then I'm going to use some foam squares to attach the little gnome. You could use foam tape for this. You could just glue him directly onto the card, but I do like that he pops up a little bit. It was also great because by him having that foam behind the image, I was able to put those little accessory stamps, the lava lamp and the peace symbol, behind him and position him after he was already in place. So I didn't have to worry about having to try to move something. And then I just could gently put it right behind the little gnome where I wanted it to be. And I just love how this looks. So here's my 2 cards. I hope you're inspired to create a fun Hippie Gnome card, and I'll have all the information below for the Hedgehog Hollow monthly subscription kits. Have a great day. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.